right. It is time for us to read. The piggies are ready. Popo up there, having a good time. We are going to be reading the hidden messages in water. Continuing from where we left off last time, which I believe was chapter 5? Okay, chapter 5. Excellent. And as we've said before, it's in the chat, but just to remind everybody, if you want to read a paragraph or two and practice your English reading, just type 111 in the chat, and we will stop at the end of that paragraph and allow you to read. Deep breath. Let's do it. Chapter 5. A smile that fills the world. Wanting as many people as possible to know about the wonderful mysteries of the universe as revealed through water crystals, I published the collection of my water crystal photographs in Japan. But I actually got a larger response from Europe. It seems that a ripple effect in people's souls resulted, which spread at a speed far faster than I could have imagined. What could it be that caught the interest of so many people in so many different countries? I think that when a person looks at the photographs of water crystals, a physical change takes place in the water within the person's body. Water has a message for the world. The water is linked together by love and gratitude. Love and gratitude are fundamental principles of nature. At the end of its long journey through the cosmos, water arrived on the earth with love and gratitude in its bosom. This love and gratitude created the first inkling of life, and then provided the tender nurturing required for growth. Looking at the water crystal photographs awakens a primeval memory contained deep within water in each of our cells. The message of water is love and gratitude. Review the photographs of crystals found on pages 101 to 132 of this book. These images reflect our beautiful world. The photographs indicate the change in water resulting from scenery and music from around the world, and include a comparison between tap water and natural water. Let's actually go through and, if we can, show some of those water images that we reviewed. This is tap water. Due to the treatment methods, it's difficult to form crystals using tap water from almost anywhere in the world. Perhaps it's time that we cooperate and learn from each other how to better care for our water. And this is tap water in Paris, London, Tokyo, and Rome, Venice, and Bern, Switzerland. Even in Venice, the city of water, crystals fail to form in the tap water. Crystals just barely formed from the water in Bern, Switzerland. It's fascinating. Washington, D.C., and New York. Surprisingly, the water of some large cities in the United States formed beautiful crystals. This may be the result of efforts to protect water, such as the use of cedar tanks in Manhattan. Vancouver and Sydney. The water from Vancouver produced relatively complete crystals, perhaps because of the bountiful supply of water in the Rocky Mountains. The water from Sydney resulted in a surprisingly deformed crystal. Wow. Bangkok, Thailand. Hong Kong, China. And Macau. It seems that the water of Asia is at least as bad as that of many cities in Europe and America. Buenos Aires and Manaus. These crystals from two cities in South America. Manaus is located on the banks of the bountiful Amazon River in Brazil. Beautiful crystals came from the water of Buenos Aires. The beautiful glory of natural water, well-formed and jewel-like crystals were formed from natural water from glaciers, springs, and rivers. Spring water from Sajo, Hiroshima. This detailed crystal looks like a beautiful ornament made of silver. Some of the best tasting water and sake in Japan comes from Sajo. And this is the Sambuichi Yusui spring from Kitakomagun, Yaminashi Prefecture. The crystal seems to shine like the sun. Melted snow runs off Yagutsake peaks and seeps into the ground to emerge as spring water. This is an expression of the true beauty of nature.
Hello, Vince. Thank you so much.
Peace. We appreciate you. Spring water from Senju Lake. Spring water from Senju Lake treated with chlorine. The top crystal was made using spring water at the hotel on the banks of the Senju Lake. Now, chlorinating the water at the instructions of the local government resulted in a marked change, as shown in the bottom crystal. Lourdes spring water and the Fontina de Trevi. The water of Lourdes Spring in France appears similar to the crystal formed from water shown the word angel. The crystals from Fontina de Trevi in Italy is unique and appears similar to the gold coins that people throw in the fountains. Tasmanian spring water and New Zealand groundwater. Spring water from a diamond-rich area of Tasmania produced crystals that look like little diamonds. The groundwater of New Zealand also created beautiful crystals. South Pole and Columbia Glacier, Canada. At the South Pole, snow from thousands of years has become hardened, resulting in a sturdy-looking crystal at the top. The water for both crystals was made from snow on the surface, so it did include a small amount of modern-day pollution. Tenderfoot Lake in Wisconsin, a lake near Mount Myeohung, North Korea. I gathered the water from Tenderfoot Lake at the bottom of a ravine. The water from North Korea was the first I received from that country, and the result was a beautiful and fanciful crystal. Lake Brenz and Lake Maggiore. These crystals are from water that I gathered myself in Switzerland. It's not surprising that the crystals came from Switzerland, the water capital of Europe. Now, as we continue with Chapter 5, review the photographs of crystals found on pages 101 to 132, which we just did. Of this book, these images reflect our beautiful world. The photographs indicate the change in water resulting from scenery and music from around the world, and include a comparison between tap water and natural water. As mentioned in the first chapter, the world first learned about my work through my first collections of photographs of water crystals. This was made possible by the efforts of Shizuko Owahand, a Japanese woman with Dutch citizenship who now serves as my interpreter. Through the introduction of a common acquaintance, Suzuki visited my office less than a month after this collection of photographs was first published in Japan. I showed her a copy of the book. The moment she looked at the photographs, I could tell that she was impressed. Right then and there, she purchased 77 copies, which she sent to friends and acquaintances in the Netherlands, Switzerland, Germany, the United States, Australia, and other countries. Not long after sending out the books, she started getting a flood of responses in return. It was as if the crystals were exactly what so many people were looking for. Well, what these difficult times that we live in require. Suzuki subsequently invited me to give a presentation at a small annual seminar that she holds in Zurich, Switzerland, entitled Looking for Human Jewels. A week after this event, there was to be a major annual gathering. With Suzuki's assistance, I would have the opportunity to lecture before several reporters and to be interviewed for articles in a few magazines. The result would be an enormous wave of interest and an understanding of my work. One of the people behind this major event was Manuela Kim, another person who saw the collection of photographs and became enchanted. She sent the following message. I have 2 children, and I know that there is a completely different effect when you speak to children with love and when you just order them. If it's the difference between let's do it and do it, I also clearly understand that this is felt in each one of our cells. In our daily lives, water crystals teach us very important things. Every day we are surrounded by magnetic fields. We find it impossible to live without computers. But we can clearly see that there is a great difference between being unaware of the risk of magnetic fields and being aware and careful. I was very impressed. After seeing the photographs, Manuela invited me to give a seminar that she would organize. she first talked to the environmental agency of a small town called Sengalat about a lecture on the theme of water and the environment, but they said they couldn't help because the topic was too delicate. She turned to those more open to spiritual matters and gathered groups of people who had a desire to explore that which cannot be seen with the naked eye. All those who heard about the water crystals were visibly impressed and inspired. Thanks to Manuela's efforts, in the course of a week, I gave presentations in 3 cities in Switzerland, and I returned to Japan knowing that there were vast numbers of people with a desire to learn more about what I was doing. Manuela's first invitation was followed by many others, and wherever I have spoken on the topic of water crystals, the response has been marvelous. I had the opportunity to make my trips to Europe to give lectures and presentations at halls overflowing with people from a personal and professional interest in water. The ensuing articles in magazines led to further interest abroad, and as more and more people showed interest in the collection of photographs, I was flooded with requests to give lectures and presentations. Information about my work spread from Europe to the United States, where I was invited to speak at Harvard and also at a free school in the suburbs of Boston, attended by children who did not fit into the American society standard by guns, drugs, and violence. It was possibly this sensitivity of the students that made them more receptive to information about water crystals. I'm quite sure that the students left with the realization that saying unkind words causes damage to water as well as to other people. I imagine with a smile that they returned home that day and told their parents not to say things like "do your homework" or "clean your room." But this is just one more aspect of the resonance phenomenon. As people who have had their tender souls damaged in some way learn about water crystals, the message of water spreads ever more quickly around the world. Perhaps we can also say that this is the result of people searching for answers during these troubled times. I have no doubt that water crystals will become a common focal point for people all over the world who are trying to make sense of chaos. My visit to Germany, Switzerland, the Netherlands, England, France, Italy, Canada, and the United States have given me the opportunity to meet and correspond with many others around the world who are also conducting research into water. Perhaps because water is so mysterious, the approaches are varied and unconventional. All this interest in water means that symposiums and other gatherings are always being held around the world, making me quite busy, sometimes too busy. The symposium in Switzerland has since been held twice more in Lucerne, and it is likely to continue to grow and become more international as time goes by. I have also participated in symposiums in Australia and England. I first wondered how much interest there would be in water in Europe and other countries, but now I know that other countries have as much interest or more interest than Japan. I remember hearing about a group of Japanese visiting Zurich Lake. The lake was so beautiful that one of the participants asked the Swiss tour guide, "Why isn't there any trash at all around?" The guide, who took it for granted that the lake would be clean, didn't know quite how to reply, and instead asked the Japanese, Why do you ask such a question? Wherever I go, I take slides of the water crystal photographs and then I show audiences the crystals formed from their own local water. When they hear my message and see the slides, Europeans are visibly surprised and impressed. Such forthright responses indicate that they have a high consciousness concerning water. However, my research is limited when I make crystals in Japan, and so people have requested that I open a research facility in Europe. In response, I have begun to talk about a concept that has been floating around in my head for a long time. The concept is grand and unique. I want to create a research facility that is itself in the shape of a hexagonal water crystal. The laboratory for studying water crystals will be located at the center, and 6 other laboratories will be located around the center to study other subjects in fields of science: physics and mathematics, biology and medicine, astronomy and oceanography, philosophy and religion, and chemistry and engineering. Each of the labs will focus on 18 categories of research, for a total of 108. I have been thinking about this for a long time, prompted when I started to think about why the environment of the earth is in such a bad state, why people are so confused, and why our civilization is such as it is. Pondering these questions led me to the conclusion that it is a result of the combination of, first, pride and corruption in the scientific community, and second, those in authority consciously allowing and encouraging the formation of such a society. Of course, there are scientists who have their own will and work according to their own consciousness. However, when we consider the condition of society, we realize that there are really very few who have conducted their activities with a mind to perpetuating the human race and cleansing this planet that we occupy. This does not describe, for example, scientists at the beck and call of those in authority in Japan who insist that water must be tainted with chlorine, resulting in an overall decay of society. Of course, scientists aren't the only ones responsible for the problem. The foundation of society have become so weak that it is no longer possible for a handful of scientists to change the deplorable direction in which we are headed. How can we change direction and do something to significantly improve the depressing state of affairs that permeates the scientific community? I think we must start by changing the environment and systems related to the scientific community. In the laboratory that I have in mind, the local community will come together to support scientists who will focus on their own field and also interact with scientists of other interests, giving them a wide perspective from which to structure their courses of research. The community will also interact with scientists the community will also help secure the necessary financing and other assistance that individual researchers are currently unable to obtain on their own. I expect that the result will be discoveries and advances that will truly contribute to the future of the earth and humankind. I have an image of the researchers gathering at the central cafeteria for discussion during their morning and midday meals, and in the evening announcing the results of their research. Of course, there are a great many obstacles that must be overcome to make this dream a reality, but I now feel that the first step has been taken. No matter what your intentions, announcing them is an important step. I can say this with confidence based on many years of experience in business. From the time when I was a child, I was always telling people what I was thinking and what I wanted to do, and I was constantly being told that I talked too much. But the simple act of saying something is a way to gather energy towards you, especially when you say something to other people. Energy flows in your direction and helps you to achieve your aims. If you express your intentions, the realization of those intentions will follow. Of course, I'm not proposing that you make irresponsible statements. It's important to say what you really feel inside. Your word is your promise, so when you say something, you must have the determination to commit yourself. Letting other people know your intentions often leads to the arrival of required assistance from unexpected sources. Words have their individual and unique vibrational frequencies, and we've already seen how words have energy to influence the universe. The words from your mouth have a power of their own that influences the entire world. We can even say that the words that teach us about nature are the words of the Creator. I know a man who has proven the power and benefits of words using his own body. Nobu Shoya is a man who I am proud to call my master. He is 101 years old, but his back is straight and he appears strong and healthy to anyone who sees him. Even now, he stands for 1 or 2 hours to give lectures several times a year. He also practices his golf swing every day and goes to the course once a week. His ability to maintain his health is nothing less than miraculous. Master Shuya says that his secret for health is his own unique breathing method. This method involves breathing in until air fills the lungs, providing oxygen to the entire body, while thinking about the energy of the universe gathering around him and providing him with the invigorating energy. This method also indicates to us the power of affirmations. Master Shuya recommends that at the end of his breathing exercise, you say the following affirmation: the infinite power of the universe will be concentrated and bring true peace to the world. The infinite power of the universe will be concentrated and bring true peace to the world. This statement is a type of prayer, but what is important is his strong determination expressed by the word will. According to Master Shuya, there are ghostly particles that cannot be seen by the means of today's science because they exist on the border between the third and fourth dimensions. Words spoken with determination have a strong power that gathers those ghost particles, making it possible to accomplish things in the three-dimensional world. In September 1999, I had the opportunity to actually feel the power of words expressed by Master Shuya. On this day, approximately 350 people had gathered on the banks of Lake Biwa, Japan's largest lake. I had gathered the group together in an attempt to clean the lake. There's an old saying in Japan that when the water of a lake Biwa is clean, the water of all Japan will be clean. Another purpose of gathering was to pray for peace for the entire world as we entered the new century. Under the direction of Master Shuya, who was 97 at the time, this large crowd joined forces in an affirmation for world peace that brought our voices and hearts together. Our chants could be heard around the entire lake, and there was a special feeling that made our spines tingle. Just a month after this event took place, a strange thing happened to Lake Biwa. The newspaper reported that the putrid algae that appeared each year and caused an unbearable stench had not appeared that year. If you don't understand the principles of the spirit world, if you don't understand the principles of the spirit of words, this happening will indeed seem strange. But we know that the spirit of words has the power to influence all of existence and change the world almost immediately. I have no doubt that the spirit of words gathered from the determined prayers for world peace had an effect of cleansing the water in the lake in only a matter of moments. Another important point is the fact that 350 people gathered and chanted together. The combined will of so many people acted as a force to change the universe. I sometimes use Einstein's theory of relativity, E equals mc squared, to explain this principle. This formula has an additional important meaning. The general understanding is that E equals mc squared means energy equals mass times the speed of light squared. However, we can also interpret C as consciousness instead of the speed of light. Since M represents mass, we can interpret it as the number of people consciously focused. The interpretation was taught to me by the Professor Hong Van Duc, a scholar of physiognomology born in Vietnam. More than 10 years ago, when I invited him to attend a seminar I was holding in Japan, he mentioned in casual conversation the C of E equals mc squared referred not to the speed of light, but to consciousness. This perspective made a deep and lasting impression on me. Later, when I was thinking about vibration and how people should live their lives, I suddenly recalled those words. Almost a century has passed since Einstein announced this formula to the world. There is no way of knowing if Einstein himself considered the possibility of C representing consciousness. But since everything in the universe is relative, you can't say that it is a mistake to see the formula in this new way. It is said that people make use of at most 30% of their abilities. But if we can increase our abilities by just 1%, then this amount, according to the formula, will be squared, doubling the amount of energy. If people around the world were all to increase their consciousness at the same time, the difference in energy would be enormous. If we fill our lives with love and gratitude for all, this consciousness will become a wonderful power that will spread throughout the world. And this is what water crystals are trying to tell us. I have just described how the earnest prayer and thoughts of a group of people were able to cleanse the water of a lake. But those who have seen the photographs of crystals should not be surprised by the fact that our thoughts have the ability to change water. Several years back, I had a desire to take another step toward establishing the scientific foundation for my theories, but I wasn't quite sure how to go about it. I found the hint I was looking for. I found the hint I was looking for one day when I happened to open the newspaper. The headline that captured my eye spoke of the ability to use ultrasound to decompose dioxin in water. The article reported on the development of a technology to expose water to 1,100 kilohertz of ultrasound, creating tiny air bubbles that decompose dioxin and other deadly toxins when they burst. When I read this article, I couldn't contain my excitement. I knew that I had finally found a way to analyze the energy from the spirit of words. When the 350 people gathered on the banks of Lake Biwa to chant and pray for world peace, it is possible that they also created 2,000 kilohertz of ultrasound. Ultrasound is in the range that cannot be detected by the human ear, so they didn't create this ultrasound with their voices. However, it is possible, based on the principle of resonance, of tuning with the same sounds in different octaves, that the conditions were right for creating ultrasound. It must be said that the power of the spirit of words is indeed marvelous, but if we combine the ultrasound technology for purifying water with water vibration technology, the effect on water would be much greater. For example, after water polluted with industrial chemicals is treated with ultrasound, it could be treated in a second process with vibration. When polluted water is exposed to 1,000 kilohertz of ultrasound, the chemicals are decomposed. When the air bubbles break up, although the toxins have decomposed, they are still there. To rid the water of these toxins, it is necessary to expose the water to information with the opposite vibrational frequency of the toxins. Using just one of these two methods may not be sufficient, but by combining them, it may be possible to completely rid the water of any harmful pollutants. And it might just be possible to use this same combined technology to get rid of the harmful substance within our own bodies. What does the future hold for such research into water crystals? To answer this question, we need to think more about how much scientific recognition this research will receive. When I show the photographs at my lectures abroad, I'm bombarded with a variety of questions. For example, what are the differences in crystal formation when the water is exposed to digital versus analog music? What about live music? In order to answer such questions, I need to continue research and conduct more tests under a variety of circumstances. Another important issue is test repeatability. Many times we have seen that the crystal's formation depends on the observer's consciousness. When water samples are put into petri dishes, we usually make 50 samples. The resulting crystals differ, depending on how the water is handled and on the thoughts of the researcher, and the condition of the 50 samples of water changes moment by moment. It may be practically impossible to control all of the factors to the point where we can say scientifically that all the conditions are equal. However, our approach has been to get as close to these conditions as possible by using the most accurate scientific methods available. Our efforts include the use of blinds to remove the possibility of change from the researcher's thoughts. We do this because we don't want the thought that the water being told thank you will produce a more beautiful crystal than that being told you fool to have an impact on the results. We label the sample dishes with letters on the alphabet and don't reveal which water is which until after the results have been seen. We hope that the method that this method will remove the effect of the researcher's thoughts as much as possible. For each of the 50 dishes, we make graphs showing the number of crystals in each dish that are considered beautiful, hexagonal, incomplete, and so on. For each pattern, we establish a coefficient and give number values to crystals. This gives us a clear picture of the characteristics of the crystals in each individual sample. And then we can classify the samples into the categories of beautiful, hexagonal, and so forth. Then we choose one crystal to photograph that best represents the characteristics of that particular water sample. Water crystals change depending on the thoughts and even the health of the observer. To account for this, we have several experienced researchers observe the samples. The intention of our research is to use these methods to discover the messages that are contained in this most delicate of messages. Perhaps one area in which research into water crystals can be most helpful is the prediction of earthquakes. It is believed that water is capable of detecting a forthcoming earthquake earlier than any other substance. I envision a time when water samples will be taken from groundwater daily, and by observing the changes in these crystal formations, we will detect changes in the Earth's crust. When an earthquake takes place, we can compare photographs of crystals made from water taken before and after the earthquake. By accumulating data on the crystals leading up to the earthquake, we will be able to find similarities and ultimately be able to use this information to predict future earthquakes. Having lost my grandparents and an aunt on my mother's side in a terrible earthquake in 1923, and considering the pain and destruction caused by the earthquake that hit Kobe in 1995, I can personally say that being able to use water crystals to predict earthquakes would be an enormous contribution to humankind. It is also quite possible that this technology could someday be used to predict other forms of destruction, such as storms, floods, epidemics, and even the planning of a secret attack from a hostile enemy. Country. I am also working on finding a way for everyone with or without scientific equipment and knowledge to take photographs of crystals. With the use of new materials, it appears that this will be possible in the not too distant future. We are looking at super thermoconductive materials that are 20 times more efficient than normal thermoconductive materials, making it possible to freeze water at room temperature. It will no longer be necessary to take photographs in a special room cooled to -5 degrees Celsius or 23 degrees Fahrenheit. Researchers are now developing a device based on this technology that will allow anyone to take crystal photographs almost anywhere. I suspect that water crystal technology will in the future be shared by all humankind. However, this could also be a double-edged sword. Used correctly, water has the potential to bring unlimited glory and happiness to humankind, but such technology can also be used for gain or to cause harm. Our bodies are mostly water, and so life cannot continue without it. But we cannot forget that water also has the potential to wash away civilization and cause destruction. It all depends on what's in our souls. The human soul has the potential to bring happiness to the world, but also to bring pain. This is a fact that water crystals clearly reveal. So how can we go about finding our path in life? I have constantly stressed the importance of love and gratitude. Gratitude is the creator of a heart filled with love. Love leads the feelings of gratitude in the right direction. As the water crystal shows us, gratitude and love can spread throughout the world. We all have an important mission to make water clean again and to create a world that is easy and healthy to live in. In order to accomplish our mission, we must first make sure that our hearts are clear and unpolluted. Over the centuries, humankind has constantly robbed from the earth and left it ever more polluted, the history of which is recorded by water. Now, water is beginning to speak to us. Through water crystals, it is telling us what we need to know. Starting today, we must begin to carve out a new history. Water is carefully and quietly watching the direction that we take, the direction that you take at this very moment, and watching over us all. I only ask that you listen to and absorb what water has to say to all of humankind and to you.
That's it.
That's powerful.
That was the end of chapter 5.
There's still one more chapter, correct?
Epilogue.
The epilogue. Wow. It's just a lot to digest. If I may, I would like to play the flute.
Okay.
I feel like that would be a good way to send some positive, loving gratitude vibrations out after reading that. What do you think, triple or?
Depends on how you feel.
I think triple, because we're gonna bring it to a high note as well. Alright, so I'm gonna play the flute for everyone. Excited? Thank you for being here, for reading
Thank you
with
for
us.
being here, guys.
We appreciate you. We love you. We're grateful for you. Love and gratitude.
Love and gratitude.
This is a triple flute. I wonder if I can play it with a softer. I'm going to try playing it softer by sliding the block back a little bit. Let's see how this works.
Okay.
The last one was softer, if you noticed. Could you tell? Wow. Each time I read this book, I'm inspired.
Now you want to play the triple.
Yeah, I'm going to play the triple for everyone. And we're going to experiment to see if sliding it back creates a softer sound. We're going to find out right now.
Okay. some water.
It's time.
Let's drink water together. Ah!
I'm gonna have to get a piggy holding
So
system.
this time when you turn,
I just gotta get a piggy holding system.
Let's go to Epilogue.
Okay.
That was Epilogue.
I sincerely hope that.
He wants to read.
Ooh, excellent. Okay. We're happy to have you here.
Can you invite?
Can you invite?
Me?
Let me check.
Can you go no. Yeah. Go to the chat, go to the audience and click on his name. No you.
Oh, sorry.
DA, yeah. Invite. You can do it too.
Okay, yeah. All right. Let me put my headphones in so I can hear.
Hello.
Can you hear us?
Hello, Zabihullah Sharik. Hello. Can you hear us?
Is he having some technical difficulties?
Yeah. Is he muted or not? Not sure. He's not muted.
Nope.
Okay. Let's wait for a second. Oh, he entered the room again.
Yeah, maybe
What happened?
technical difficulties. Maybe you try to pull him on stage.
I just did. Hello?
Hello.
Oh, hey, I can hear you. Hello?
How are you?
Hello. How are you?
We are well. Thank you. How are you?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
I'm fine. What about you?
I think there's a little bit of a delay. So
There's connection.
we'll let you read
Great.
a couple of paragraphs, 2 or 3 paragraphs, if you'd like.
Yes, I can read.
Oh, the connection's really glitchy. Right? But we can still hear you.
His energy is super.
Yeah, you can read.
Okay, yes, you can try from the top.
Wait. I think it's the connection.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to try again,
I'm sorry?
or you keep going? You keep going, or I don't know. Anybody on the audience who wants to read with us? There are 3 pages left in this book, and you can type 111 in the chat. We will pull you in on the stage. You can choose to read 1 paragraph to the whole page. Your choice, alright? We encourage people to go on the stage and read. Alright, I hear what you do. You want to read?
Okay. If your connection improves, you're more than welcome to try again. Just type 111 in the chat and we'll pull you up and see if it works.
Yeah, we'll read a lot of books. Yeah?
Yeah, plenty of opportunities to read with us. Absolutely. I will continue for now. I sincerely hope that we can continue this wonderful discovery of water and of the universe. When I first heard that water constantly continues to arrive on the earth from the distant reaches of the universe, I was filled with wonderment. I began to think that if water continued to arrive at this pace, the earth would soon be flooded. From ancient times, the human race has constantly been subject to the damage and destruction caused by water. Almost all creatures of the world have a story of a great flood, and there is even scientific evidence that indicates that the earth was once covered in water. We cannot completely discount Noah and the Great Flood and the tales of civilization of the Atlantis and the Mu continent lost to the sea. The saying that history repeats itself is ultimately true. And so, even now, there exists a risk that water will arrive from space and once again cover our planet. This event may still be 1,000 or 10,000 years in the future, but perhaps it is not too early to take action to ward off this disaster. Even now, we frequently hear about the floods in all parts of the world. But once, when I found myself fretting about this possibility, another completely different thought came to me. Everything that exists in the universe is parallel. The micro world is a faithful reproduction of the macro world, and the universe is an enormous mandala, which means circle in Sanskrit. This way of thinking leads us to the conclusion that everything that takes place in the universe also takes place within our own bodies. The human body requires the circulation of water, and we can conclude that this is what the universe also requires. If large volumes of water flow in only one direction toward the earth, the circulation of water in the universe will ultimately come to a standstill. Water arrives on the earth and then ultimately returns to the far reaches of the universe on an unending, marvelous journey. The water on this planet will someday set off on an outer leg of its journey into the cosmos. But what does the fact that water is constantly arriving on the earth mean for us? Perhaps the earth is not the only destination for these lumps of water. But while there may be other stopovers, no other planet we know about has the necessary conditions required to pool water. If we compare the solar system to the human body, I suspect that the earth plays the role of the liver. Each day, your liver filters 200 liters of water and sends this purified water to the other organs in your body. Considering this, it's not hard to imagine that the earth plays the vital role of purifying the water circulating the solar system and then returning it to the universe. Then whose responsibility is it to purify this water that has arrived on the earth? It is ours, humankind's, and this is because we are ourselves water. Having been born here, we all have the responsibility to purify the water on the earth. As I ponder the long and marvelous journey that water takes through the universe, I find myself thinking about such things as the origin and future of humankind. But if we consider that we are water, then the answer to many of these mysterious mysteries becomes clear. Water makes up 70% of our bodies, and there is little doubt that the information in the water goes a long way in the formation of our personalities. I have often heard cases of people injured in automobile and other accidents who, while receiving blood transfusions, saw images of places they had never been, or had memories of a past that wasn't theirs. Sometimes transfusions have even been known to cause a change in personality. It could be that the events we experience throughout our lives become memories recorded by water, which remain in our bodies and may be what we call the soul. There are still many questions left unanswered about the soul, There are still many questions left unanswered about soul, rebirth, and the existence of spirits, but I suspect that the day will someday come when many of these questions will be answered by scientific means using water. Where does our soul come from? We have seen the possibility that it comes from the distant universe carried by water. So we ask next, what is in store for the soul? Since we are water itself, someday all memories of experiences on this planet will be launched into space, and our responsibility before this happens is to become pure water on this earth. To make this possible, we must first and foremost live life to the fullest. Our consciousness is what will purify water. And through this, we send messages of beauty and strength to all life. Wouldn't it be wonderful if we could cover the world in the most beautiful of water crystals? How do we go about this? The answer is love and gratitude. I'd like to ask you to take another look at the beauty of the crystals. If all the people of the world can have love and gratitude, the pristine beauty of the earth will once again return. We live our short lives on this planet, and then we set out on a journey into the universe. I'm not sure how this process works, but we can leave this up to the laws of the universe. Of course, when we make this journey, we will not be in our current physical form, but in the form of water or mist. When my soul is ready to set out on its journey to the cosmos, I fully intend to call out to everyone and say, we're off to see the universe. Let's go to Mars. Okay, wow. About the author. Masaru Emoto was born in Yokohama in July 1943. He is a graduate of the Yokohama Municipal University's Department of Humanities and Sciences, with a focus on international relations. In 1986, he established the IHM Corporation in Tokyo. In October of 1992, he received certification from the Open International University as a doctor of alternative medicine. Subsequently, he was introduced to the concept of microcluster water in the United States and magnetic resonance analysis technology. The quest thus began to discover the mystery of water. Dr. Emoto undertook extensive research into water around the planet, not so much as a scientific researcher, but more from the perspective of an original thinker. At length, he realized that it was in the frozen crystal form that water showed us its true nature. He continues with this experimentation and has written a variety of well-received books in Japanese, as well as the seminal Messages from Water published bilingually. He is married to Kazuko Emoto, who shares his passion and is head of Kyokusha, the publishing arm of his company. They have 3 children.
Let me highlight this.
See if I can find the...
Microclustered water. You can explain what is
microclustered water. So, water clusters usually in large groups of, I want to say, they said from 2 to 5 clusters. And those clusters being larger are difficult to enter the cells. They cannot cross the blood-brain barrier. Very nice. Okay, so the way that cellular hydration works is the structure of the water determines how much of it our cells can absorb before we pass the water through us. So you get full hydration from microclustered water that you can find naturally flowing in unpolluted rivers and springs, and you can find it in ionized, restructured, electrolytically reduced water. That partial hydration will come from bottled water, reverse osmosis water, and filtered water using Brita filters, etc. Tap water is going to be unstructured. Okay, so all this more expensive water that we're purchasing, you're purchasing bottled waters that are expensive, claiming to be alkaline, although they chemically increase the alkalinity by adding baking soda, sodium bicarbonate, to it. And they do not restructure the water. It is not microclustered. And that microclustering has a lifespan from a smaller platinum-plated, titanium-coated, electrolyzing, ionizing machine. A smaller one would last for around 2 days, up to 2 days. And then a larger machine, it would be 3 days. It could last. And that's on a scale of the larger machine, right? The more expensive, larger machine, more plates. Now, this water does not receive that ionization. The bottled water does not receive that. It is not microclustered. And even if it were, it wouldn't last for you to receive it. It wouldn't last. It would die before that. So it's just so incredibly important that we take into our own power having access to ionized, reduced water, electrolytically reduced, alkalized water, microclustered water. And the beautiful thing is that as time has gone on, technology has improved, the costs have gone down, and the means to acquire it have expanded. So the way, just like the book was saying, where there's a will, there's a way. And so we have to cleanse our minds of scarcity, cleanse our minds of not being worthy, of not having the opportunity to do so, and instead say, this is what we want, and this is what we can do to obtain this. Ask questions and to plan it out, and it will happen. That goes to for everything else in your life. If you have the will to do it, and then you take the steps to learn how it can be possible, you will find out a way to do it. A way will present itself, and it will be done. And that is what we are here to help happen. We are here to help you on your journey to obtaining this electrolytically reduced water, having access to it. So yes, processed stagnant dead water. You see, that's these Brita machines, these bottled waters, these tap water. It's not living electrolytically reduced microclustered water. Okay, the ORP, which is the oxidation reduction potential, that is in the positive, which is corrosive. Okay, alkalized electrolytically reduced water is in the negative. So this machine produces negative antioxidant water. Then the waters that you're receiving from bottled water, from tap water, and from standard filtered water is antioxidant positive water. Okay. So this is scientifically, mathematically proven. The research is there. The studies are there. The information is there. It has been many years of this access to this information. The means to obtain it are now more so here and ready. We just have to change our own hearts and our own minds and to determine that we are worthy, that this is important, and that we will do this. And that follows. If you're drinking a living, electrolytically reduced, hydrogen-infused water, you are going to follow the steps of changing the other areas of your life. Eating foods that are better for you, cooking with the water. You cook rice, you cook soups, you cook beans, you clean your fruits and vegetables with the water. This water machine produces 11.0 alkaline water, high alkaline water, and 2.5 high acidic water. And that 11.5 water is a oil emulsifier. Okay, so that means it breaks down oil in a way that tap water, bottled water is not going to do. So you're removing these pesticides off of your fruits and your vegetables. And a lot of people would think, well, it doesn't matter. Initially you would think, oh, it doesn't matter. It's not that much. Oh, they approved to have this on there. But over time, every day, as you're eating fruits and vegetables that are sprayed with these toxic chemicals, it is adding up in our body. And we are not ridding it from our body, because even the water that we're drinking that typically detoxifies us is not microclustered enough to help us hydrate, to help us flush out this toxic waste. So we're drinking dead, stagnant water compared to when we were in the past having access to fresh, living water from rivers and springs, and we were living off the land. And therefore, we have to take into our own hands the ability to reduce the amount of toxins that we're entering into our body, to increase the amount of hydration and filtration of our body. And that is also to say that this machine produces the 2.5 strong acidic water, okay? And this hypochlorous acid, which is produced using salt and the ionization, okay? So it is not a toxic chemical like these bleaches and these other chemicals that have artificial smells and scents in them, like lemon and stuff like this, that they produce it with toxic chemicals. And as we're spraying and cleaning food, dishes, toilets, sinks, we're cleaning floors with these toxic chemicals, and those are adding into our body. We're showering with the water that has chlorine in it and a bunch of other heavy metals in it, and the chlorine turns into a gas. There's studies that you can look this up. If you can put in the chat, look up Dr. Mona Harrison, water everywhere, not a drop to drink. If you type it, because it's gonna make. Oh, never mind. I'll do it later. Okay, so if you look up water everywhere, not a drop to drink, you'll see that Dr. Mona Harrison has shown that the gas from chlorine has a detrimental effect on our body, on our intestine. It mixes with the food that we have eaten, the paste of it, and it creates a hardened paste, which causes stomach issues. So they're putting the chlorine in the water to say that it's safe enough to use. We're turning it on hot in our shower systems, and the boiling of the water produces the steam, and that steam is including the chlorine, and we're breathing in the chlorine, and it's having a detrimental effect on our body. So how can we fix this? We fix this by, one, acknowledging that it exists. Okay? We can't put our heads in the sand like we're ostriches. Okay? That does not solve our problem. An ostrich has an animal that's looking to eat it, end its life, to continue that life, and it puts its head in the sand. It can't see the animal, and therefore it thinks, I'm safe and I'm hiding. But it doesn't fix that problem. So our problem with our water has to be addressed by us. Accept that it is true. It exists. The next step goes, what can we do? This machine is the answer. The problem is our water quality. The answer is taking it into our own hand and purchasing an alkalizing water machine. Okay? That has 50 years in existence. This isn't a company that just popped up trying to sell you a quick fix to something. This is a 50-year track record. This slide is a bit older, okay, but this year is the 50th anniversary. It's a debt-free company from Japan. It is the original equipment manufacturer. Everything is produced in the same factory. It has 40 offices in 20 plus countries and a 17% increase in sales in 2020, showing you that it is improving in terms of spreading the machine, which is a confidence boost, okay? Because if the sales were going down, then that means maybe there's something wrong. Are they having quality issues? Are people not buying it and people returning it, etc.? There is less than 1.5% market awareness. Okay, that's a huge growth opportunity, and it's and we can even attest to this because before this live, what was the realistic aspect of you knowing about ionizers and the value of an ionizer? The water technology industry leader, okay? The water ionizer gold standard, okay? They have the ISO manufacturing standards. These are the certifications that they have. This is considered approved in Japan as a medical device. The ISO 9001, 14001, 13845 for quality, environmental management, and approved as a medical device, with connections with Boeing, Rolex, and Rolls-Royce. The Water Quality Association Gold Seal for production quality, and a proud member with the Direct Selling Association. So you are wondering, well, why are we sharing this and offering this as an opportunity for you? One, we have this machine. Okay, and we do tests with the machine, and we show the quality and the condition of the machine. And I'll even go over to the kitchen and show it to you. Okay. Two, they do not do any sales and marketing. So it's not like they pay a sales and marketing department. Instead, they have a direct selling program where if you purchase the machine, you have the opportunity to share the machine. And those who end up purchasing the machine that you have shared the machine, then you can earn from that what would have been spent on marketing. So it is a way of giving support to those who believe in it and who actually have it, instead of just paying random people to find trendy ways to try to convince you that something is worth it. Okay? It's a beautiful ecosystem. Okay? It's approved as a medical device by the Japanese Ministry of Health, Labor and Welfare, equivalent to the FDA in Health Canada. The only water ionizer endorsed by the Japanese Association of Preventive Medicine for Adult Diseases, supported by 6,700 doctors, and is currently used in 400 plus Japanese hospitals and clinics. So this is real time being used for people to be put in a better state to help them heal themselves. Okay? We heal ourselves by purifying ourselves and being in a better state to do so. Enagic is approved by the Japanese Association of Preventive Medicine for Adult Diseases. Over 6,000 doctors who have tested Enagic's water life science devices in clinical application with their patients. The only company in this industry to receive this honor due to Enagic's high-grade medical production. So these plates are titanium and platinum coated of a medical grade quality. That is different than a company who is recently founded and it is using materials that are not medical grade quality. And there is a big difference between medical grade quality and manufacturer consumer grade quality. Okay. And when you're utilizing something that you're using to restructure your water and for you to drink daily, you want to make sure you're having something of the highest quality. I mean, it has such a huge impact on our well-being. Kangen water and medical field. And if you have any questions in the room, in the chat, please type them in now. We will either answer them or direct you where you can find an answer, or find an answer, someone else who has the answer for you.
If you have any questions related to the water, and you can type 111 in the chat. We will invite you to the stage and talk with us.
Mm-hmm. Kangen water and medical field. Dr. Hiromi Shinya, MD, PhD. Able to report clinical studies, 0 cancer reoccurrence rates. I will say that again. None of my patients have had to face cancer again. Professor of Surgery at Albert Einstein's College of Medicine. Chief Endoscopy at Beth Israel Medical Center, New York. Kangen water is alkaline-rich water that is considered the very best drinking water because of its incomparable powers of hydration, detoxification, and antioxidation. This is just a life-changing journey to go down. Very well-known artists and people such as Mariah Carey have this machine. They take it with them on tour in their tour bus. She has it in her tour bus. Okay, so this is something that is known by those who want the very best, right? Oxidation. This is with free radicals. Okay, that's what causes the damage. We've all seen examples of oxidation in nature. Metals rust, plants decompose, proteins like meat putrefy, and oils become rancid when exposed to free radicals. Free radicals are all around. They are abundant in the air we breathe, the food we eat, and the water we drink. They are even produced in your body as cellular waste. After this, we're going to go over the cost of buying bottled water versus buying and purchasing your own ionizer, because the mathematics are what's important. We want to know and see the truth behind if you're going to buy bottled water that is not living, that is not alkalized, that is not ionized, that is not microclustered, that is not restructured. Are you saving money? And the answer is, on the short term, in terms of immediately, today, you buying one bottle of water to drink it versus buying one machine to drink it for the next 30 years, because that's the lifespan of the machine. Yes, you're saving money by buying one bottle of water today. But if you do that every day over the next 15 years, what is the cost of doing that? And that's the mathematics. We're all intelligent human beings. I'm not talking to children or babies right now. I'm talking to intelligent, beautiful human beings who know that in order to do what's best for yourself, it's best to do the mathematics behind it. And the thing that is more cost beneficial, to choose that. As well as the thing that is more health beneficial, to choose that. Because if we do the opposite, we'll have less money and we'll have a lower health, less quality of a health, and then that affects our happiness, our peace, our well-being. How can we be happy and at peace and well if we are unwell? Like, it just isn't, it's impossible. Antioxidation can be stopped. Okay, antioxidants are the only way to combat components of metabolic destruction. Independent research has demonstrated that drinking Kangen water dramatically reduces the oxidation that causes biological aging. Well, what does this have to do with water? Since our bodies are composed of roughly 70 trillion cells, which are primarily water, from 76 to 98%, the water that we drink is the water that makes up these cells. Surprisingly, water can be one of the most corrosive substances we can ingest. Yet it is essential for our life. That is why the quality of water we consume directly impacts our overall health. Kangen water contains large quantities of negatively charged ions that act as antioxidants in the body. These antioxidants are measured and expressed as negative ORP. The higher the negative number, the greater the antioxidant potential of the water. Kangen water contains the greatest antioxidant potential of any water. Did you know that Enagic's Kangen water systems are manufactured with the highest standards in the industry? Enagic's units are compact, easy to move, easy to use, and are designed to last. They quickly and easily attach to any ordinary faucet. Reasons? Well, let's go to the cost of it real quick. We'll go over the things that it can be used for after we go over the cost. Okay. The cost comparison, bottled water. Please. Okay, so this again is to answer the questions of those who are skeptical, rightfully so. This is not about you buying the machine today, okay? This is about us going over the information and you recognizing the value of it, and then going down the path of doing the mathematics behind obtaining your own machine and changing your life. If you were to buy that one-time machine, yes, $4,980, okay? Quality, platinum, titanium, and the equipment has a cost. The price per gallon is at 0.002 cents, less than a penny. The annual water cost being $1.46. and the 15-year total cost being $7,266. And this is older, so the cost has gone up for bottled water. This is like 4 years old or so, and the cost for Water Essentia right now, you can Google it on Amazon, is about $23. But just going by what it is now, which it's not, is $18.96, and the price per gallon is $5.99. The annual water cost would be $2,183, and the 15. Hi, Samuel. It's good to see you. The 15-year total cost is $32,745. If you're buying Water Essentia, it is not negatively charged water. It is not ionized, restructured water. It is not hydrogen-rich water. It's not naturally alkalized water. Okay? They have chemically altered the pH. That's it. They have probably added sodium bicarbonate, and they've probably added some other chemicals as well. Okay? That is a huge difference in spending. Dasani 24-pack, the price has also gone up. And the price per gallon, just off of the 4-year-old price, is $189. The annual cost is $1,379. And the 15-year total cost is $20,695. If you thought Fiji was good water, it's not good living water. It's just bottled water. Okay? Non-living, non-restructured water. 24-pack at $6.99. The price per gallon is $8.82. The annual water cost is $6,438. The 15-year total water cost would be $96,579. It's a massive difference. Avion water, again, not living restructured water, $5.99. Send a consultation link too. The price per gallon, $7.49. The annual water cost, $5,467. And the 15-year total, $82,015. And that is more. All of those prices are up. The only price that hasn't gone up in this slide yet, I heard it might go up soon, is the Kangen water machine at $4,980. That price has not gone up. These other companies are increasing the prices of selling you water that is dead, non-living, non-restructured, non-ionized, non-alkalized water. It's not. It's just essentially tap water. Okay? It's dead water. They're increasing the price. You're buying it. Okay? We're buying. People are buying it constantly, thinking that they're getting something that is a higher quality. And you're just spending way more money for an inferior water. Okay? And then we think, well, it doesn't matter. Okay, if you think that buying bottled water has no difference than buying restructured alkaline ionized water, then one could say the same about drinking pond water. Well, it doesn't matter compared to bottled water. Pond water is cheaper. I'll just drink that because it's cheaper and it's still water and it's going to give me what I need. You would not drink pond water because you know you would be sick. There is a difference between pond water and bottled water. And there is a difference between bottled water and ionized, restructured water. That's just the truth of it. So what gets in our way? Typically, fear. Fear that's placed in our heart, typically from these companies and organizations. Because they want you to keep buying their water. If you were to buy your own water machine and you become the producer of your own water, you are free from their influence of commercials, advertisement, from advertisements that are both positive showing someone drinking the water, living a good lifestyle, being happy, the emotions behind the water. Okay? It's not that you want the water, you want what the person's selling you as how they are feeling. The emotions are what we're attracted to. Oh, I like how she's around these good people. They're happy. And it's the image of that happiness, that joy, that satisfaction, right? Laughter, expensive items around them, etc. You want that. And so you buy their water. You get addicted in terms of loyalty to their brand, right? It's the feeling that you get from those images, that advertising. They also put out negative images about other options of producing your own water and freeing yourself from their control, from their consumption, their money, right? Profit. The negative images and the negative thoughts tied into ionized water machines, tied into the company itself of an addict, tied into the Kangen's claims, right? The scientific evidence that is produced. They have scientists or other people that it will go against it. People in positions of influence, people who are on stages, people who are on television shows, etc. So we have to free ourselves from the fear that is put within us. We've done the research. You can continue to do the research. It's advised. This is one of the things that's totally different. Other companies and other products that don't want you to do research and want you to just buy now is because they want you to buy before you realize the truth. Whereas for us, the more you research, the more you verify, the more likely it is you are to go with what we are offering. We have no fear of that. We encourage it, right? Because you'll recognize the truth. You're intelligent people. Levelux K8, the flagship, most popular choice for its delivery of 30% more antioxidants. If your health is a priority and you want the best results for your body, this is what you want. Touchscreen technology, user-friendly, easy to maintain. Water properties last up to 3 days. Okay? It comes in five or eight? I think it's 8 languages. Okay? Spanish, Italian, French, Japanese, Chinese, 3 more. English, 2 more. German. Missing 1. The SD501, having 1 less electrolysis plate than the K8. This is also a great choice to get started with the Kangen water. It has 30% less antioxidant delivery, and the water's properties last up to 2 days. This also comes in the platinum style for those who prefer aesthetics. And then we have the SD501 Super, the machine for heavy-duty home or small business use. This is highly prized among growers, farmers, restaurants, schools, or any other industrial purposes where usage will be heavy. It generates 2 gallons of water a minute. So they also have the Junior, which is not on here. Okay, so price-wise, the Platinum is at that 5,000 price point. The Junior is at the 3,000 price point. So, and then when you look at, which we're going to go over in a second, the financing, which is able for you to purchase over 24 months, okay, for as low as $60 a month, having that access to the living restructured water, to having access to the hypochloric produced 2.5 acidic water, the beauty water for your face, makeup remover, etc. Cleaning products that you're cutting use of, water bottles, water filters you're cutting use of. You're going to be saving money over the long term, but even in the monthly term, there's a chance that you would be saving money or spending the same money. The Anespa they have is a bathroom spa machine. It turns the bath time into the mineral-rich Japanese hot spring experience, lined with special mineral stones from Japan and equipped with a double-layered filter, you will have peace of mind knowing that you are eliminating chlorine and other contaminants and giving your hair and skin a beautifying mineral ion silky treatment. I mean, more than anything, we have to accept that we are worthy, okay? We are worthy, we are capable, we are worth it, taking care of ourselves and doing what's best for ourselves, okay? We're here to help guide you through the process. We're here to help talk about the aspect of finances, the aspect of how much are you spending now. Let's audit. How much are you spending on water? How much are you spending on cleaning chemicals? How much are you spending on any of the things that the Kangen water machine replaces? Okay? And then when you replace them with this machine, you now are evening out and you're increasing the quality of your water. It's an intelligent and it's a worthy choice.
If you want to get healthy and save more money, you can contact us, send private message, or go to the link that I just put in the chat. Go to calendly.com/pineapplebabywater. You can talk about water with us and get your own machine.
That's right. We're here to help you manifest what is in your heart. Let's take for a second right now and honestly for a second think as if we, all of us here in this moment, are multi-millionaires. All of us here in this moment are multi-millionaires. Let's take 5 seconds to breathe this in, to think this in our minds, and accept this as truth. Now, as multi-millionaires, with the information that we have just gone over, would you be purchasing this machine for yourself? And if you can answer like I answered and she answered, we have the machine. We've already done it. And we're not millionaires in this very moment. But if we accepted that we are millionaires, which we just did in this very moment, would you be purchasing the machine? And if you answer yes to that, then the next step is to set up the consultation. That's free. So we can go over any questions and any issues that you have, and we can get the answers for them. And then we can work on a plan to make it so you can actualize this machine. Because we all are worth more than whatever money we can ever come up with. The reason I say that is because if any of us had $1 billion and we had something wrong with us that cost $1 billion to fix, that was life-threatening, every single one of us would spend that $1 billion to save our lives. So that means without a doubt, we're worth more than the money. Okay? Let's take that energy and do the intelligent choices for what we're producing water, how much we're spending on the water, and how we're changing our lives for the better. That's what we're here for.
And after you get your own machine, and you will join our wonderful supportive group. It's called wakewaterco, and we are located in the U.S. And we're doing a lot of events throughout the United States and all over the world. Yeah, and we have a really supportive group, and to those people, they are really open-minded. Let me show you the picture that we have. Is it here? No, it's not here. This is the picture of the group that we're in. It's called wakewaterco. It's collective. Wakewater Collective. and we have all those reunions every year in North Carolina and Tennessee and where? Georgia?
Last
Yeah.
3 years ago was Georgia, then North Carolina, and then Tennessee. And I'm in these pictures on the
A
left.
heat wave
on the
is
left,
in the pictures.
And then top left. It was the top right. Top right. So, I'm just blessed to be in this position to be able to share something that most people aren't aware of, and then to help guide you down the path for you to take control and change your life for the better. I mean, talk about life purpose. That is totally different than when I was working and doing things that were not doing that.
Each year we have this reunion. We do a lot of fun stuff. We do group meditation, and we even eat vegan and vegetarian food there. We cook together, we share water, and we have men's group and women's group, and we can talk about our really vulnerable any topics. We can share to each other, and we have amazing leaders, and we invite Native American elders to share their wisdom by the bonfire. Yeah, and you talk about.
Yeah. It is just us actualizing what we had even just read in the book, the hidden messages in water, and it's community building in a authentic, genuine way. Okay, so those who recognize this value of the water machine and purchase it are allowed to be a part of that community in a way where they can attend these more intimate events, and help us create these experiences that we all used to have, a lot of us as children, and then some of us never had but dream of, which is that village loving vibe, that gratitude, family, unity, regardless of what your skin color is, what your age is, what your sex is, what your heritage in terms of family, in terms of where you were born, all of these artificial barriers that are labels, okay, that we tie to the ego and pride in the sense of where we've come from and what we've been through, but also they can have a negative aspect, which is division and hatred and jealousy and anger and fear, right? And so we're realizing, getting over those things in a way that is beautiful. I mean, hands down, the best experiences, best experiences of my life have been through this water group, water community, water machine. And so that's why we're here now. I mean, we could be anywhere and we could be doing anything, but here we are with you sharing this, helping people to read, helping people to understand, helping people to be. I mean, that's literally what we're blessed to do. We're happy that you were here for us today.
I met this group. This group is the first group that I felt super supportive and safe to be around with. They didn't have any jealousy or any hatred towards you, and they just welcome you. Yeah, I felt like home.
Yeah, it was beautiful to see her to be skeptical and then realize, wow, this is really what you were saying it was. The beautiful thing about the water, of course, there's a warranty, 5 years. The machine is lifespan is 30 years, okay? And there's also the reality that, yes, it is a large Better Business Bureau company, okay? Been in business for 50 years. So yes, you do have a peace of mind knowing that you can purchase the machine, use the machine, and if for whatever reason you feel like this is not for you, in that time span, that you can return the machine. I don't know of anyone who has done that, because when I first tried the water from the machine that a friend had, I knew I needed this. And I knew I needed it from before when I watched the documentary of water everywhere, not a drop to drink. But then at that time when I knew I needed an ionizer, I didn't know which one to get. I didn't know which one was reputable, which one had the track record. So I was patient because I didn't want to buy something that was of low quality, didn't have the actual support for maintenance, repair, didn't have the track record for quality, right? So then I came across this machine, and I knew from trying the water that this was it. And then researching it after the fact, I knew this was it. And then I went on that journey, and I've been on since. And it's been life-changing, eye-opening, and I'm eternally grateful for that. And here we are sharing it with you. So, let's see. Does anyone have any questions, any concerns, any worries, anything of any positive thing to add, any negative thing to add, to share? Anyone want to still read something to help them improve their English speaking, and at the same time to answer any questions or to help people understand things? This is the safe space to do it, you know.
Also, if you want to know your water quality in your local area, you can tap in the chat, tap in your zip code to the chat, and I will figure out what's in your water. I have access to a really reputable website that they collect all this updated data, the water data.
That's
And
right.
all over the world. Okay.
So we're able to take a look at what is it that we're drinking, we're cooking with, we're exposing ourselves to, we're showering with, to then decide, okay, well, this is the data. You know, this is scientific. And then what can we do to change it? I mean, that is the theme that I'm heavily invested in, which is what is happening and what can I do to change it? Taking action after we recognizing what is happening is the most powerful thing we can do.
Do you know that if you're chronically tired all the time, you have fatigue all the time, don't have any energy, and you're stressed, or you have trouble concentrating, and usually it's because first you need to check if your body is dehydrated. The most water that we drink, we cannot absorb it because the water, they're too acidic, and they are positively charged, and our body don't absorb it. We just pee it out. But if you drink alkaline water and your body is full hydrated, and all those issues will reduce. All those, even you have any disease in your body, it helps your body to recover faster, way faster.
That's right. You know, this is the age of information, they say, right? You have the computer, searching Google, internet. This is the age of being able to verify claims, being able to verify information, right? And that's the beautiful thing. We're here sharing things that are verified. We've verified that they are verified, and we encourage you to do the same. Let's see. So, what would you like to do next, Pineapple Baby?
Let's drink some water.
Okay.
Everybody, get ready. Prepare for your water and your water bottles with me, and let's drink water together. All right? You want to drink water? Let's drink water. Give me the music.
Oh my goodness. This is too funny. Okay, here we go.
Give me the music. Yeah.
Let's drink some water.
Everybody, let's drink some water.
I want to drink it now. I don't want to wait.
You can drink some.
Sorry, I can't wait, guys.
You can drink some now.
In the book, it said that the messages on the water bottle or on the glass.
It's time to drink some water. You know you really ought to.
Messages on it.
It's like you're
We can connect you with that, so I can give you the link for the company.
over the music. You talk right now. It was like the
Oh,
whole
no.
time I was like la 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 la, and then the water was
Water?
the
I didn't
music
hear
was
it. I
going.
gotta put my headphones in. Okay, I'm ready.
Oh, okay. You can talk. That's the words and
Oh no, I
your
did.
bottle water.
I was just saying that I can connect you with the company that produces these engraved, naturally occurring blue glass. Okay.
Okay.
Which is great because it blocks out ultraviolet light, and it's a healthy container to have your water in.
All right.
Uh-oh.
It's time to drink some water. You know you really ought to. Drink some water. It feels so cool as it goes down.
I don't know how she found these.
That's good.
It's so refreshing.
It's good for you. Drink water every day.
It's time to drink some water. You know you really ought to. Drink some water. It feels so cool as it goes down.
Let's drink some water, drink some water. Let's drink some water, drink it up. Let's drink some water, 'cause we oughta, from a bottle or a cup. Drink some water, drink it up. It's so refreshing and delicious, and it's really good for you. It's so refreshing. When you're thirsty, have a sip or maybe two, 'cause it's really good for you. Let's drink some water, drink some water. Let's drink some water, drink it up. Let's drink some water, 'cause we oughta, from a bottle or a cup. Drink some water, drink it up.
I'm exhausted, and it's so hot out.
It sure is.
I know. Why don't we all drink some water? I think there's some in the cooler.
What a good idea. I like that.
Drink some water. Drink some water. Drink some water. It's good for you. Drink some water. Drink some water. Drink some water. It's good for you.
When you get thirsty, here's a tip.
Water's the best drink you can sip.
It's good for your mind and your body too.
It provides energy for the things you do.
When you start to lose steam and you feel fatigued,
A nice glass of water is the thing you need.
Makes your blood flow right. It helps you digest.
Make sure to drink water to feel your best.
Drink some water. Drink some water. Drink some water. It's good for you. Drink some water. Drink some water. Drink some water. It's good for
You
you.
can drink it first thing in the morning time.
drink it with your meals, maybe add some lime.
You could drink it at school or at the park.
You can have it when it's light or after dark. When you play hopscotch, football, or tag.
You could drink it from a bottle or fill up a glass. Anywhere you go.
Everywhere you be, always bring some water. Let's stay healthy.
Drink some water. Drink some water. Drink some water. It's good for you. Drink some water. Drink some water. Drink some water. It's good for you.
Goodness, it's so funny. It's so funny. Oh my god.
Thank you guys for watching. I lost my sunglasses. 1 second.
What's up?
Alright, this is pineapple. This is ice cream. Ice cream. This is mango sifu. This is whipped cream. Whipped cream. And you.
My name is Barry. Because I'm like a teddy bear.
And this is Barrett.
Yeah, my name's Barry.
And
That's B-A. That's B-E-A-R-Y. Barry.
And this is Morty. She is a zombie.
Oh! Who let the zombie in here?
I need brains, guys. I want to eat brains.
Careful. She'll eat your brains.
I need some brain supplies. I'm hungry. You do him. You do him.
What's going on here? This is Popo. I'm just making sure that nobody's drinking bottled water here. That is not allowed. You gotta have ionized, electrolytically reduced water. Not water that's coming out of a tap. Or otherwise, you go to jail for that. Mm-hmm. Put you in handcuffs. Maybe even kick you in the butt. Woo!
That was Popo. Popo the police. The water police. Making sure your water is healthy and good quality. What are you doing? What are you doing, Barry?
Dancing.
Ah. That was really fun dance. That was a really fun dance. Guys, if you know any songs about water, you can type the name of the song and artist. I will search it up and I will play. I'm also looking for more songs about water. You know, like water songs. You know?
Yeah, I know.
Pineapples here. A pineapple. And this is a berry. Alright, it was really good, guys. Alright.
What do you think?
Hello, everybody in the chat. If you have any questions about water or you're curious about the water that you drink, what's in your water? You can type your zip code. Your zip code. I can figure out what's in your water. All over the world. All over the world. You know, no matter which country you are, I can figure out what type of water you are using or drinking.
What type of water? You know, I was trying to think of what would be a really good. I did the wind, but that one didn't.
You can type 111 in the chat if you want to come off stage and talk with us. Uh-huh.
111. Remember, this is a safe space. Nobody's judging you. Nobody's being negative because of your English skills or your, making mistakes on speech. It's all good. It's all love. No worries. That song is super catchy. I'm just thinking about it right now. Take some water. Yeah.
Just some water.
Oh. It's good for you. Oh my God. It's so good. Can't believe you come across these crazy. So good. Okay. Pass me that. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Popo.
Okay.
Jimmy Berry. Or you can keep him. Okay, you can keep Barry.
That was Barry.
It was so funny.
Your choreography with the piggies during the water song is really epic. Legendary. So funny. Drink some water. Ooh, jumpy.
My name is Lucas. My name is Lucas the Spider. I am Lucas the Spider.
Okay. Here we go. I'm gonna take just a little bit since we have some extra time. You gotta sit back, relax, and enjoy this.
Yeah.
Drink some water. Yeah. crying? Oh, mango super was crying. Actually, her face was drowning in tears. Yes. Thank you. Thank you for being here with us. This was a great, hilarious, educational, inspirational, funny, enjoyable journey. Mango Sifu over there is waving goodbye. I think we're going to send ourselves off. We'll see you tomorrow.
We'll see you tomorrow after 21 hours. We'll see you tomorrow after 21 hours.
We will be back 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
U.S. Eastern Standard Time. Good?
Ooh,
I did a
good.
harmony there.
That's good. Harmonizing.
I did a harmony
That
there.
is electrifying, energizing. You know, I also can rhyme. I choose not to, but
You can sing any notes. I will make harmony. Make another one.
She's
Another
good.
one.
She's good.
Another one.
One more. All right. Uno más. Otra vez.
Otra vez.
For our listeners.
One more. Yeah. Very nice.
She's good.
Very nice.
She's good. She's good. Listen, I'm feeling good right now. I have high energy. I'm excited. And we're actually leaving, but I feel sad that we're leaving. But I
No,
love everybody
we're gonna
who's been
do
here.
another live stream after this. We're gonna learn some languages.
Oh yeah, languages. I forgot about that.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Why? No, I'm just kidding. I'm excited for that too.
Mm-hmm.
I hope that you guys can join. If not, you'll be with us in spirit.
The Spirit of the Lord is here. The Spirit of the Lord is here.
Sing that.
I feel it in the atmosphere. The Spirit of the Lord is here. The Spirit of the Lord is here. All right.
That was like an evil, wicked laugh. In a good way, though. All right, all right.
All right, guys. We're gonna fly away now. Which one do you want to choose?
Today
I'm choosing mango seafood.
Today I'm flying away with ice cream.
Okay, let's go. No, this is whipped cream.
I'm sorry, whipped cream. Don't hit me.
Where's ice cream? Ice cream's here.
Okay.
Okay. Let's fly away now. Mango seafood. 1 second. Let me clean up her face. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, let's fly away.
My wheels are bigger than everybody else's.
On 3.
All right.
Uno,
All right. Una.
dos,
Dos.